A common cause of knee pain can be due to sitting a lot, and these days a lot of us sit for many hours a day in motor vehicles, in front of our computer, in front of the TV. So if when you sit, you tend to be someone who sits on the front edge of their seat, and perhaps you've been taught that this is a good thing to sit up tall, you may find this is actually causing issues with your knee and your front thigh, your quadriceps. So if the pelvis looks something like this and the ribs are like this is not actually a good thing. You want to have your pelvis more in a neutral position, your ribs back slightly, because the narrower this front thigh and hip flexor gets, the tighter these muscles get, and then what happens when we come up to standing, things kind of stay like that, like this. So first thing is to, now and again, if you're sitting, open up that joint space by letting yourself move right back like this. Move the ribs back to open up the front of the thighs. The other thing you can do in standing, if you find that your pelvis sits a bit more like this, it's hard to tell from the side what we look like, but you could get a friend to take a picture of you from the side. Move the pelvis in the opposite direction, so sit bones forward to open up the front of the hips. Take both arms up. Take a breath into the belly, and then release. And do that a few times. So sit bones forward, front of the pelvis opening. Take the arms up and take a breath into the belly. So if you do this every half an hour in your daily working routine, you could really help to open up the hip flexors, and it will help your knee. Another thing to open up the quadriceps is using a belt. So if you're a bit tight in the thigh, you use a belt around the ankle like this. Lie onto your side, take the belt and take the knee behind you. Bring the heel toward the outside of the buttock and stretch out the front thigh. Press your foot and ankle into the belt, then release and bring the foot a little closer. So I'll show you from the other side. So you've got the belt around the ankle and foot. Support your head, and then heel moves toward the outside of the buttock, so not like this, but more like this. So the thigh rotates inwards a little bit. Press the foot and ankle into the belt. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the foot a little closer to the outside of the buttock. Press foot and ankle into the belt. Release. Bring the foot a little closer to the outside of the buttock. One more time. Press the foot into the belt. Release. Bend the knee. So all of these things help to open up the front of the thigh. Once you get a little more confident in that, you could try bending the leg behind you like this, and you'll notice I've got the top of the foot hooked into the floor, into the mat here, and then tailbone moves forward, and you work with length through the thigh like this. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to straighten the leg, but the mat is catching my foot. Then relax. And again, you may find in time you can come a little lower onto the elbows and even eventually onto the back. So just showing you from the other side. Top of the foot hooks onto the mat. Outside ankle moves toward inside. Try to straighten the leg. Tailbone lengthening. If you're able to, come down onto the elbows. Make like you're trying to straighten the leg so you get a resisted stretch here. Again, there should be no pain in your knee, so if there is, then you're going too far. Give those a try for releasing tightness in the front thigh and undoing the effects of sitting for long periods. Thank you. Namaste.